Hey coin lovers, treasure hunters, and curious minds, welcome back to MY channel where history meets mystery, and a single coin can tell a story worth more than 1,000 words. Today's episode? It's all about one small but mighty coin that could be hiding in your change jar or tucked away in your grandma's old coin purse. The 1974 Roosevelt dime with the JS initials. That's right. This tiny 10-cent piece could actually be worth way more than you think, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1974 dime, exploring its design, the historical backdrop of its creation, the curious detail of those two little initials JS, and most importantly, how to spot the rare ones that could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today. So grab a magnifying glass, get comfy, and let's jump into the story of the 1974 JS Roosevelt dime. The year is 1974. America is in a state of transition. The Vietnam War is winding down. President Nixon is about to resign. Gas prices are climbing, and inflation is hitting everyone hard. Amidst all this, the United States Mint continues to quietly produce millions of coins, including one that would carry the legacy of a president and a nation, the Roosevelt dime. Now, let's start with a quick refresher on the dime itself. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946. Just months after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The coin was designed by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time. And yes, you guessed it, that's where the initials JS on the coin come from. They stand for John Sinek. But here's where things get interesting. For years, people misunderstood those initials. Some even believed they stood for Joseph Stalin, sparking wild conspiracy theories during the early Cold War. Crazy, right? Of course, that rumor was quickly debunked. The truth is much simpler. John Sinek was simply the artist behind the design. But that JS marking remains a curious little Easter egg on every Roosevelt dime minted since 1946. Now, fast forward to 1974, and millions of Roosevelt dimes are being churned out by the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Most of them are just your average pocket change. But some are different. Some are rare. And some are worth a lot of money, if you know what to look for. In 1974, the Philadelphia Mint struck over 491 million dimes, and the Denver Mint followed with over 568 million. So yeah, they're not rare just because of mintage numbers. But as always with coins, it's not just about how many were made, it's about the errors, varieties, and conditions that survived, and this is where the real fun begins. Let's talk about rare errors and valuable varieties. Point one of the most coveted is the double die obverse, where the image or letters on the front of the coin appear slightly doubled. Imagine Roosevelt's face with a ghost-like duplicate hovering around it. That's what a double die looks like, and collectors go nuts for them. Another hot item is the no-S proof dime. Now, technically, this was discovered in 1975, but it's worth mentioning because these no-S dimes, coins that were supposed to be minted in San Francisco but mysteriously lack the S mint mark, can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. But back to 1974. There are known examples of off-center strikes, where the coin wasn't properly aligned during minting. These can range in value from $20 to $150 or more, depending on how dramatic the error is. There are also clipped planchets, die cracks, and filled dies. All kinds of mistakes that make a plain-looking dime turn into a rare collectible. Okay, so maybe you're thinking, cool, I have some old dimes. How do I know if mine is worth anything? Great question. The value of your 1974 dime depends on a few key factors. 1. Mint mark check under the date. If there's AD, it's from Denver. No mark? That's Philadelphia. Point 2. Condition: is the coin shiny, crisp, and full of detail? Or is it worn down and scratched up? A coin in mint state condition, graded MS-65 or higher, can be worth anywhere from $3 to $25 and sometimes more for perfectly struck examples. Point 3. Errors and varieties: look closely for any doubling, off-center designs, or unusual marks. Point 4. Proof versus regular strike: if your dime has a mirror-like finish and sharp details, it could be a proof coin, though these were usually sold in sets and not meant for circulation. Now, if you happen to have a 1974 proof dime, it's usually worth about $1 to $5, depending on condition. But if it's an error-proof, or has a unique flaw, well, buckle up, because you might be sitting on something truly rare. Don't believe me? Just take a look at some recent auction prices. Point 1. 1974 D Roosevelt dime in pristine MS-67 condition sold for over $500 at auction. A 1974 error coin with a dramatic off-center strike fetched nearly $200. And those are just the public listings. Private collectors often pay even more. Why? Because collectors crave rarity. They want the perfect example, the strange mistake, the one in a million coin that no one else has. So what's the lesson here? Don't overlook your pocket change. That little dime you just tossed on the dresser could be worth more than you ever imagined. Coins like the 1974 Roosevelt dime with the JS initials aren't just currency, they're pieces of history. Each one tells a story. And some? They tell stories worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So go ahead, check your coin jars, raid those old piggy banks, and take a second look at those dimes. Because who knows? You might just have a hidden treasure right under your nose. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more coin stories, and share your best finds in the comments below. I'd love to hear if you have a rare 1974 dime, or any cool coin discoveries at all. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting, Subscribe for more coin collecting videos. /. Watch next, Top 10 Rare Dimes Worth Big Money.